Hey Discoverer, get ready to explore the ins and outs of raising healthy kids. In today's episode of the Discovery Doc podcast, we're diving into the essential wellness habits that can set your children up for a lifetime of good health. From understanding the benefits of probiotics to the power of omega-3s, detox routines, and even the role of sleep, we're covering it all. Stay tuned to learn how you can empower your children and yourself for optimal wellness.
Welcome to the Discovery Doc podcast, where we advocate for optimal wellness and reducing everyday toxic loads, no matter where life takes you. I'm Dr. CeCe, doctor in nursing practice, self-proclaimed toxin tamer, and a crunchy mama.
I'm Annah Kate, a medical mystery overachiever and your Discovery liaison. Join us on this exciting journey as we explore the world of holistic health, cutting-edge research, and practical solutions for a healthier life. Together, we'll navigate through the complexities of wellness, sharing valuable insights and expert advice.
Tune in to the Discovery Doc podcast. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and discover a whole new way of looking at your health.
Welcome to another insightful episode of the Discovery Doc podcast. I'm your host, medical mystery overachiever, Annah Kate, alongside my co-host, functional medicine toxin tamer, Dr. CeCe, doctor of nursing practice. Why are we talking about kids' health today? Well, as parents and caregivers, we know how challenging it can be to balance good nutrition, adequate sleep, and sometimes overwhelming number of supplement options available. We've been there, struggling to make sure our little ones are getting the best start in life. I remember a time when everyone around me was constantly getting sick, and then it was then that I realized the importance of proactive wellness. This journey isn't always easy, but it's vital for their growth, development, and overall well-being. So let's jump back into episode 6, Empowering Kids and Family Wellness. Let's take a listen. Show their kids that as athletes in their everyday life of how they need to feed themselves for nutrition. And I think that, even as us growing up, that it was, a smoothie for breakfast and then off to school. And it's like, if there's lunch, because you didn't really want to eat hot lunch because it was okay, but it wasn't like the best thing. And then, okay, am I having like a protein bar or whatever, which was not enough food, or like a bag of crackers or something.
No water.
Something. No water. Oh,
Who drinks water throughout the day at school?
So we would do this thing. We used to sit in front of the office, me and my group of girls, and we would always have a bottle of water, and we got into chugging a bottle of water every day at the end of lunch. So we'd eat our lunch and have whatever, and then we'd all have full bottles of water, and we'd drink them all as soon as we got done with lunch. And that was probably wasn't any, it was probably like purified water, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that one day. But it was some sort of hydration, but we were all doing it together. And so at least we had,
challenge.
That. Yeah. So, but as we were all playing soccer, basketball, volleyball, all the things, and there's no way I had enough to eat as a high schooler.
Oh, I look back at my high school years. Yeah. And I'm like, how did I do anything?
Yeah.
I'm like, I definitely did not fuel my body at all. Like waking up for 5 a.m. practices, I would eat nothing. I would go right to school, eat nothing until lunch, where maybe I'd grab like a French fry. Just like, how do you survive? It's wild.
That explains a lot about us, doesn't it?
It does. Lots of changes along the way.
Yes.
But we will talk more about food in the next episode. I do want to dive into supplements. I get a lot of questions about, hey, what supplements do you use as daily maintenance, or in this time of kind of back to school fluvid, I call it fluvid season. Yeah. COVID and flu, because it's just all the things.
It's the new common cold.
Right. I should coin that term, fluvid.
Trademark,
calling it. Is that how that works? Because I get a lot of questions just about maintenance. So some things that I give my kids as kind of the baseline is always a great multivitamin. And these are the bane of my existence. Multivitamins, I have such a problem with so many of them because they either have really garbage ingredients, they have tons of sugar, the dosages are terrible, or they have forms of the vitamin that aren't as bioavailable that I would want them to be in. So we all are genetic mutations. Like we all are just mutants. And a lot of people have gotten obsessed with MTHFR. That is, I mean, it's like turned into the Kim Kardashian of genes because people just have become obsessed with it. But there are so many other genetic SNPs. That's one of them. It's very important, but that's one of them. So I tend to treat my own kids and myself and all my patients as if we are mutants. I want us to be taking the most bioavailable forms of the vitamins so that no matter what you have going on genetically or what you have going on within your immune system or whatever, you are more likely to absorb that vitamin and to pull it into your cells. So that tends to mean either liposomal forms, where there's things like phosphatidylcholine and phosphatidylserine that are pulling that vitamin or mineral into the cell, or the methylated versions of especially B vitamins, or of folate, like tetrahydrofolate, versus folic acid. Folic acid is a synthetic version, where tetrahydrofolate is the already activated version. Same thing with like methylcobalamin versus cyanocobalamin, that's B12. Methylcobalamin it's already turned on.
Yeah.
So what that means is when we take it orally, we don't have to take this little thing called a methyl group and add it to the vitamin to activate it.
Right.
Because some people can't do that. So when we take it, it's just already available to us. Our cells can pull on it, utilize it how we need, and move on. So I'm a huge stickler when it comes to the products that I use because of that, in terms of dosages and ingredients, as well as the forms of the vitamins.
So before you go on to your next point, but just want to point out that there are fat soluble vitamins and water soluble, and how you get them, and if you feel like you're taking them in a multivitamin but they're not they're fat soluble vitamin.
She nailed it.
Yes. If you're not getting those, like if you have been taking them but they don't do anything, then you just have really expensive pee.
Exactly.
So don't do that.
Exactly.
Figure out what you need, and they're not. So the other question I do want to ask you is, because you have me on some liposomal things, and I just stick it in a big spoon and take it that way
together. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a way that is like, I know, like, you remember the little kids things that you would pour into, and it has a little scoop on the end, and it had the measurement in it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what are your favorite ones of those for adults?
I don't have one.
Let's find you one. So, because I know that other
I eyeball things. That's not appropriate, but I eyeball them.
Well,
I'm like, it's a teaspoon. Here's a squirt.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to squirt the thing in my mouth. I mean, I could, I guess.
I do.
But okay, there.
My kids line up and I go squirt, squirt, squirt. This is not medical advice. Do not do that.
Yes. Okay, so let's measure it out. And if we were going to measure it out, what would that look like?
Someone else needs to come in with a expert opinion.
So
there.
discoverers, let us know. What do you use to get your kids to take liquid vitamins and medications and kind of all of that thing? I want to know for personal things.
Yes, because I'm not kidding. My kids line up and we just go squirt, squirt, squirt. Yeah, that looks good. I'm not kidding. Anyways.
Otherwise, I'll spill it all over myself. But there are different. So to my point, there are different forms of a vitamin. If it's not the right kind of vitamin D, right? If it's from a subpar source, or it's combined with something else that you don't want it to, it's not going to do what you need it to do. So
don't waste your money on it is the point.
Right.
So for multis, for example, there are only two I would tolerate a third. There's two right now that I like for my kids at the ages that they are.
Flintstone vitamins.
No.
Oh.
Hard. Do those even exist still?
I don't know.
I took those as a kid.
I did too.
And look how I turned out.
Explains a lot.
Explains a lot. Yeah, exactly. Intrakid by Drucker Labs is one of them. Drucker Labs is, even for adults, Intramax, one of my favorite comprehensive multivitamins because it makes life easy. It has every bioavailable form that we need and pretty much every single vitamin that we need. With the Intrakid, it's a little deficient in vitamin D for me, so I do like to add vitamin D. But it has, all of your vitamins, all of your minerals, all of your aminos, your trace aminos, all of your omegas, and it's food sourced. So there are just, powerful antioxidants in it too. So it is literally an all-in-one stop shop. So I use that as my staple. And again, I add in a little extra vitamin D. That dosage depends on the age, of course. But with the liquid, it's easy because I do prefer liquid vitamin Ds. They tend to be a little bit more bioavailable than the capsules. And so I'll just take a couple drops, put it in the cap of the Intrikid, which is already liquid, and my kids will drink it.
How does it taste?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, the kid one is good.
Okay.
There's an adult, so the Intramax, there's unflavored, and then there's like a mango flavor. The unflavored is tolerable.
That's the one that I've had before.
It tastes like vitamins and minerals. You gotta take it back like a shot and just forget about it. But the mango one is good.
Okay.
Like even my kids will drink that one. But for kids who don't like multis that are liquid in general, there is one gummy on the planet, one, that I would suggest because of dosages, because of ingredients, because it doesn't have any added sugars, and that is Ultra Preventative Gummy by Douglas Labs. That can be given to kids, adults. It just, you change the dosage of the gummy depending on the age.
Okay.
So I'll alternate between those. Again, always adding in a little extra vitamin D. And then I always have something, and this is just baseline. The other two things are I always have something on board for gut health. I will cycle between something like Mega IgG, which I'll talk about in a second, as well as a probiotic. And the probiotic, a rule of thumb for me is rotation. So a lot of us are creatures of habit, and we just grab the same probiotic over and over and over again. But the point is we want to diversify the gut microbiome. So we really want to look at the back of the bottle, and you can go to Sprouts, you can go to Good Nutrition, to wherever, you can go on Full Script, and we want to look at the strains of the good bacteria. And you can take that bottle for a month, and then the next month, we want to find one that has a little bit differing of those probiotic strains, of those good bacteria strains, so that we're diversifying the gut microbiome instead of feeding it the same
thing.
Yes, over and over and over again. In a perfect world, I also like a spore-based probiotic to be in there, because spore-based, something like Saccharomyces boulardii, good luck spelling that. I have to Google it every time.
What?
Yeah. When I put it on treatment
I'm not
plans,
saying that word. I'm sorry.
When I put it on treatment plans, I can say it, I cannot spell it, and I literally go on Google and I start typing Saccharomyces boulardii. And I start typing it, and then I'll copy and paste it because I just cannot spell it. So I will not spell it for you guys.
Saccharobardi. What? What?
Saccharobardi.
I'm gonna start calling everything like I call
God.
Burleyburg Durfree burger and fries, because that's how I remember
That's
it.
how she is, Swiss cheese.
Yep, Swiss cheese. Are you or do you know a mother-to-be? Transform your pregnancy and postpartum journey with the Ultimate Pregnancy and Postpartum Guide. Discover a wealth of essential resources and practical tips for healthy and joyful experience. This 30-page comprehensive guide is packed with must-have supplements, safe healing modalities, nourishing recipes, and expert advice to support you during pregnancy and beyond. This guide includes 2 exclusive bonuses. Bonus number 1, Home Birth Essentials Checklist. Ensure a smooth and stress-free home birth experience. Bonus number 2, Navigating Mastitis Naturally. Explore natural remedies to alleviate discomfort and promote healing. Don't miss out on this invaluable resource. Download the Ultimate Pregnancy and Postpartum Guide today and embrace a holistic approach to motherhood. Picture this. It's a crisp autumn morning, and the Smith family is bustling with activity as they prepare for the school day. Emma, a busy mom, has always been passionate about her children's health, but lately she has found it increasingly challenging to keep up with everything. Balancing work, school routines, and ensuring her kids develop healthy habits sometimes feels like she's juggling center stage on stilts. Emma remembers a time when she was a child rushing out the door with nothing more than a sugary cereal breakfast. She didn't realize back then, but her constant fatigue and lack of focus were consequences of poor nutrition. Determined not to let her kids face the same struggles, she's been seeking ways to incorporate wellness into their daily lives. She tunes into the Discovery Doc podcast on her drive to work, eager for advice. This particular episode, Raising Healthy Kids, Establishing Wellness Habits, offers practical and relatable tips. They discuss the importance of teaching children the reasons behind taking vitamins and how empowering them to make healthy choices can set them up for lifelong wellness. Inspired by the anecdotes and advice, Emma decides to involve her kids in their health journey. One Sunday, she sets up a wellness day at home. The kitchen becomes a vibrant hub of activity, and she and her children blend fruit smoothies, each child picking their favorite fruits and learning about the benefits of the ingredients. They even spend time organizing their supplements, placing them in convenient spots, like the car in their morning routine station. Emma also introduces them to Epsom salt baths and their soothing warmth of an infrared sauna mat. Her kids eagerly choose their preferred activity, feeling involved and empowered. Over the weeks, Emma notices small but significant changes. The morning grumbles turn into eager discussions about which fruits to add to their smoothies. Supplement routines become a shared responsibility, with the kids reminding each other. Her daughter, who used to struggle with focus in school, has started showing improvement. Emma realized that empowering her children with knowledge and involving them in wellness activities made all the difference. She just didn't tell them what to do. She showed them why it mattered. Now, discover, consider your own wellness journey. Imagine how empowering your children with the knowledge and tools of making healthy choices can transform their lives. Heck, how beneficial would it be for your husband? Like Emma, you can integrate simple habits that lead to lasting health benefits. It's not about perfection, but about creating a sustainable routine and teaching them the value of self-care. By embracing these practices, you're not only raising healthy kids, but also fostering a sense of responsibility and understanding, setting them up for a lifetime of wellness. So next time you listen to our podcast, remember the journey to wellness is a family affair. Let's explore, learn, grow, and discover together. Join our vibrant community and connect with us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Share your experiences, learn from others, and explore health insights together. Let's discover a healthier world one post at a time. Follow us on all the socials at The Discovery Doc on all platforms. Thanks for listening and being a part of the Discovery Doc community. Your health journey is uniquely yours, but you don't have to walk it alone. Together, let's raise awareness, share stories, and empower one another on a path of healing and well-being. See you next time on the Discovery Doc podcast. Before you go, this is the part where we have to get a little serious. Just a little. Please remember that the information shared in this podcast is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. While we strive to provide accurate and helpful information, we're not here to replace your doctor or healthcare provider. Think of us as your friendly health enthusiast gal pals who love sharing what we know, but always remember to consult with a qualified medical professional before taking any action based on the content of this podcast. And just like the Pirates Code, this disclaimer may change from time to time, so be sure to check back for updates. Stay healthy, stay happy, and don't forget to laugh. It's good for you.